Welcome back for another episode of Charlie Brown Politics. I am your host, Charles Brown, and I'm wanting to talk some more about Dr. Cornel West. Recently, he was at a climate rally, a climate summit, where people were protesting, calling on the end of fossil fuels, calling on the government to make some type of commitment to end fossil fuels. Dr. Cornel West gets up there and gives a speech and gets the crowd going, which is great. With that being said, there's just a few things that I gotta call out, I gotta put out in question that I just feel, like there's some hypocrisy going around. With that, let's go ahead and check out this video real quick, and then we will react.
Strange fruit is the blues, that's catastrophe. The problem of our politicians, they think ecological catastrophe is just a problem because they have managerial mentalities, something that they can get their hands around and come up with some incremental response as if we're not living on the edge of the cliff. This is catastrophe. This is the blues all the way down. But we all the blues men and blues women because the response of catastrophe is to never allow it to have the last word. We have solidarity in the face of catastrophe. Let us march together. Let us fight together. Let us laugh together. Let us dance together. Let us smile together. Let us cry together. From our indigenous people all across the country and the world, yes, we will not allow the organized greed to have the last word. Love supreme and love supreme.
All right. So yeah, that was Cornel at the rally, giving that speech, getting the crowd going like he always does. And that's fine, but there's a few things that, I have to point out. He's talking about this climate catastrophe, this ecological genocide that we're on. Cornel has had his hand in that, and I know he regrets this, but he supported Obama. He supported Joe Biden. And so he needs to get up there and acknowledge that he's had his own faults and his own hand in it. And then, call out the fact that the Democrats are just as bad as the Republicans. And we all know that he's still under the belief that the Democrats are the lesser of the two evils, which is crazy if you're running third party. And so he voted for Joe Biden out of fear of Trump. And I just want to show you what Joe Biden did to the environment. All right, so the Nord Stream 2 pipeline that blew up, that was the U.S. fault. Surprise, if you didn't know. So here we go. Nord Stream rupture may mark biggest single methane release ever recorded in UN. And here's the picture of that, the pipeline and the methane being released from that. So that's the first thing that I want to call out, is that he voted for Biden, told people to vote for Biden. And the second thing is going to be that he voted for Barack. Now, in my last video, I gave him a pass on voting for Barack because he came out and criticized Barack for 4 years after the first time. But now some more knowledge has come, and I have to take that back. I don't give him credit for voting for Barack because even though Cornel criticized Barack for all those 4 years, in 2012, when Obama ran for the second time, he voted for him again, even after criticizing it. So once again, he let his fear get the better of him and still voted for someone that, was not any better towards the climate than the Republicans were. Sure, you could fucking try to split hairs and come up with these things. But Obama drilled the Arctic twice. I got a video here that I want to show you that's going to remind all of us of what the Obama administration was for oil production.
Right now, American oil production is the highest that it's been in 8 years. That's right, 8 years. Not only that, last year we relied less on foreign oil than in any of the past 16 years. But with only 2% of the world's oil reserves, oil isn't enough. This country needs an all-out, all-of-the-above strategy that develops every available source of American energy. that's cleaner, cheaper, and full of new jobs. We have a supply of natural gas that can last America nearly 100 years. And my
He's talking about
administration will
fracking.
take every possible action to safely develop this energy. The experts believe this will support more than 600,000 jobs by the end of the decade. And I'm requiring all companies that drill for gas on public lands to disclose the chemicals they use. Because America will develop this resource
What does that even do?
without putting the health and safety of our citizens at risk. The development of natural gas will create jobs and power trucks and factories that are cleaner and cheaper, proving that we don't have to choose between our environment and our economy. And by the way, it was public research dollars over the course of 30 years that helped develop the technologies to extract all this natural gas out of shale rock.
Okay, you get the point here. So Obama had plenty of things that, were detrimental to the environment. He did a crap ton of drilling. He started fracking all over the country. He drilled in the Arctic twice. So it's not that Cornel can't get up there and give speeches, but you got to be upfront about your history behind it. Be upfront that you've had a hand in this climate catastrophe by supporting these terrible people that are within the system because you had a fear of someone else within the system, if that makes sense, right? And still to this day, Cornel is not getting up there and being as harsh on the Democrats as he is the Republicans, okay? He still thinks that the Democrats are the lesser of two evils. If you haven't, go watch that Jimmy Dore interview where all this drama and stuff started on Cornel. And they sat there and argued about who's the lesser of two evils, Donald Trump or Joe Biden, okay? And then if you're running third party, that was just mind-blowing in itself. So I just, I want to call out I don't know what to call it, I guess the hypocrisy of this. I don't want to, call Cornel like a bad person for this or whatever, but he is running a movement, running a party, a movement that is taking revolutionary energy and funneling it somewhere. And so my only fear, guys, is I'm skeptic. After Bernie, I'm not trusting of anybody. So my only fear is that we're going to be, funneling our energy, funneling our time, funneling our money into something that, potentially has no hope, has nothing that isn't going to get us any substantial change. But I could be wrong on that, absolutely, for sure. That's just how I'm feeling. And so for now, I got to say I'm out on Cornel's candidacy. I'm out on everybody's candidacy. And I've been saying this for my last few videos, but, there's nobody that's going to come save us. There's nobody at the top that's going to give us what we want. So I say save your money, people. If you got to give it away, give it to mutual aid, give it to Lahaina, give it to your friends, families, and neighbors. But I don't know about giving it to these politicians anymore. And I'm sorry that includes Cornel for me. If you're a person that supports Cornel, you're still welcome to this channel. Everybody's so welcome. I am not going to shame anybody for that. You do you. Everybody is still welcome. That's just how I am. That's my feeling on it. And so with that, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Tell me what your thoughts on. Am I being a little too harsh? Am I being spot on? This is just one guy's opinion. So with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that. And I will catch you on that next episode of Charlie Brown Politics. Later, guys.